All right, everybody, who's all excited for a new episode of the Tokusatsu's one and only Shuukan TokuNet? Hello, everybody. I'm Squall Charlson, and I'm joined today by Malunis, who you may know from his writer blogs. He also does some articles for us over at the Tokusatsu Network. How are you doing today?
Man, lots of fan fiction.
Hold on one second. I just got to make sure that all of our stuff's up and running. Cool. So, we are doing the news this week. Running with the Tokusatsu Network. How do you think this week kind of fares with all of the news we had?
It's a lot of pretty interesting stuff for people who are into these specific properties. That doesn't include me, but I still think it's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a little bit of a slow week. I don't know, but there's some cool stuff that just got announced like today.
I didn't want to say it was a slow news week, but yeah, it kind of was.
No, I mean, we're so happy that everybody's here, and we're gonna still every week present, no matter if it's a week where like a new Ultraman and a new Kamen Rider are all announced, and they have like 20 articles, or if we have like 3 articles, we'll still figure out a way to make this fun so that everybody can continue coming together and to have fun. So anyway, our first news story actually came out today is that of Gekiranger's Riki Miura, who announced his retirement from acting. If you guys aren't familiar, he was from the 2007 Sentai, Shuukan Sentai Gekiranger, and he played the character Go Fukumi, the first Purple Ranger in Super Sentai history. He was also the new generation's Shiraven in Space Sheriff Gavin, the movie, as well as the superhero Tyson Z, and Space Sheriff Shiraven's Next Generation films. He posted on his blog today, or I think it was yesterday technically, that he would be retiring from the entertainment path to pursue a new career. He wanted to thank his fans and the staff for supporting him throughout this career. So Gekiranger was my very first Super Sentai, so this kind of hits home a little bit to me. Have you seen any Gekiranger, Malunis?
Only as much as Power Rangers gave me.
Okay, yeah. That was Jungle Fury, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, he played the older brother to the Blue Ranger, and he was kind of like a boxing theme. I don't know, it was really fun. Gekiranger, kind of like Jungle Fury, I guess, too, just had like the core 3 team, and then they sort of added people in randomly. But yeah, it's a sad day. It really kind of makes me think of some of the other stuff that I've read, like on blogs and from other videos I've seen about the tokusatsu genre maybe not being able to support a lot of these, actors and actresses. Have you heard of any of that stuff?
I think it might just be because I'm paying more attention to this stuff, but I'm noticing a lot of actors leaving more often now.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the one that always sticks out to me is Shinken Red, Tori Matsuzaka. Is that his name? Like he in like multiple interviews basically stated how he couldn't like have lunch or dinner most days because he had to decide that or being able to afford an apartment or afford whatever when they were shooting, which is really crazy. And then of course like Tokusatsu and like if it's in Japan, if it's over here in America, it's always turning out new people. So if you have a job for maybe a year or two, as soon as that second verse movie rolls by, like when you see, your favorite team walking off into the distance, that's probably the last time you'll see them, unless they get lucky and they find, some sort of other either career path like Riki here, or they get lucky and they keep picking up other stuff like Kamen Rider Forze's. Oh, I forget what is.
A lot of the Kamen Rider protagonists I notice really get lucky in that regard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kamen Rider's a little bit farther reaching too, I think. It has a little more serious acting moments where I think like Sentai has like 2 episodes where Kamen Rider's kind of like a little more natural to have those moments. So it showcases the actors.
It does seem to me like there's a slight age difference in the kind of audience it receives.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know, it's crazy to think that like these people come in and they have all these dreams and they want to do all this stuff, and then it maybe doesn't work out, even if they are like the very first Purple Ranger ever. I don't know, it's sad, but hey, good luck to you, Riki, and we'll see. We'll check back in if if anything comes back or if he, makes a return or something. Anyway, moving on. So I kind of pitched this to everybody on the team, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna have a little bit of fun here. But we have our very first. Who's that Tokuman? We need to come up with a better title.
It's Pikachu.
It. How did you know? Did you look at the notes?
I look at vines.
Yeah. So this is going to be something that we may, I don't know, we may go forward with. But in the meantime, let's move on to our first question. So let's see. Here's a pretty nice one. So if Saban working together with Hasbro Toys for Power Rangers Beast Morpher series, does it mean Hasbro Studios will make Saban's Power Rangers movie? I think you mean maybe like the toys for the movie, and if so, that'd be really cool. Did you follow any of the toy news for like our American counterparts?
Well, I didn't know how well received they were, but according to people like Shuukan, not very well.
Yeah, no, they're a little bit on the cheaper side. There's some cool ones in there, but like for the most part, it was a little hit or miss.
I'm very optimistic about what Hasbro can do because I collect a lot of Transformers, so I know their kind of quality with transforming robots.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. No,
I'm also aware of how good they do action figures, so I'm very interested to see how proportional those figures are.
Definitely. I don't know, and I understand that they have to mass produce a lot of these toys, and they have to make these molds that are easy to make, as well as I don't know. It's a fine line, but I feel like Hasbro's gonna definitely want to take advantage of this, and is gonna definitely want to leave a good first impression. So if we get that new movie announced, like we should hopefully someday, coming up here, I feel like they're gonna try to wow everybody in these first year or two, before they may start relying on, kind of cutting back a little bit.
So is there a movie actually in the works or what?
I'm just saying this right now. No, at least as the public knows, but I know that like a lot of the actors, like the guy who played Blue, is his name CJ? I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names. He put out on Twitter that he would like definitely want to do like a sequel, and like a bunch of other people have like been talking about it. And again, it came back to the toy sales. So I feel like if they have a new distributor, because the movie broke pretty even in terms of budget and in terms of like revenue. So I feel like, I don't know, I was a big fan of the movie. I'd love to see another one. As you can tell, my water bottle. Sorry, what?
I mean, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised to hear that people are really into that new movie.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Oh.
I've seen the trailer and I thought, oh, this looks a lot like Transformers.
Yeah. They have a Transformers joke in there, which is really nice, where they like pick up a yellow convertible or like a yellow Corvette, and they like toss it, and he goes, "Sorry, Bumblebee."
Oh.
But no, like I saw the trailers, and I'm not a big fan of Mighty Morphin. I think anybody who knows me knows that. But I went into that theater. I went into a pre-screening like a week before, and they were like handing out like Angel Grove shirts, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And by the end of the movie, I was like, "Holy crap, thanks!" Like, oh my god, I'm gonna wear this every day. And then my girlfriend at the time, she stole that. Actually, no, she won it, and so she kept it. But I got to wear it once before we washed it, and it shrank too small, so I like looked like a bodybuilder in it. Anyway, one more question, Squall. Who's your favorite Gekiranger? It's gonna be Ken. Ken was the weirdest. I love Ken. I even have like a little script still somewhere in my apartment that it has. It's the original script from Gekiranger. Anyway, so has anybody guessed who this is here? I'm scrolling through the chat to see if anybody. Oh yeah, we do. Someone guessed it. Joel there. That's right. It's Gusei Knight. Yeah. Look at that guy. All right, moving on. So, Ninja Sentai Kakuranger's Kazuki Yao is going to appear at Anime Boston this year. He's another guy that looks good in purple. I didn't realize I had like a thing going on with my...
Yeah, that is a nice jacket.
Yeah, it's super nice. Holy crap. I like the little scale ridges on it. I don't know if people on the stream can see that. Anime Boston 2018 is set for this year, March 30th to April 1st, at the Heinz Convention Center in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. This will mark Kazuki Yao's first ever East Coast convention appearance. If this name sounds familiar to you, you probably know him for voicing characters such as Ninja Man from Ninja Sentai Kakuranger. If you're a fan of One Piece, he did Frankie and Bon Clay. Let's see. He did Dark Schneider from Bastard, Judao Ashita from Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ, and Gaston from Berserk: The Gold Age Arc. Damn, that's a pretty good repertoire for like roles. I don't know. I wish I was closer to Boston. I would definitely go and see that guy. He looks super cool. I love when we have Tokusatsu alums coming to America to say hi and come to conventions. It's really cool. Like what we had last year, we had Japan World Heroes. Do you remember that one?
Was that the one where Kiriyama Ren?
Oh yeah, we got to interview Kiriyama Ren, Bin Furuya, Noboru Kaneko, who was Gao Red from Gekiranger, Bin Furuya, who was the original Ultraman suit actor, and I'm blanking on our last one. Ooh, that's not good. But yeah, they had a lot of guests there. It was really cool. It was really exciting, and it was just like, oh, there's Shotaro from Kamen Rider W. Hi, and I was wearing during our interview, I had on a black themed shirt from Kamen Rider Black. I had I'm blanking on the name. The main villain from Black.
Shadow Moon.
Shadow Moon. Yep, I had a Shadow Moon shirt on, and he was like looking at all of us, like saying hi and bowing and everything, and then he like looked at me and he stopped and he goes, "Oh my God, your shirt!" Super cool. All right, so we got one more of these. Actually, no, we got two more. I made this one a little bit easier. Let's see if anybody can get this one. In the meantime, what do you guys think of Lupin Ranger versus Pot Ranger? Have you seen this, Malunis? Have you been watching, keeping up?
I have seen the first episode.
Ooh. Well, so did you just not have time to watch any of the other ones, or do you not like it?
I've kind of just been like making my way through Zyuohger because I'm that far behind.
No, Zyuohger's a good season, definitely. But I'm
loving it.
Yeah, on the one episode you did see of Lupin and Pat, what'd you think?
That was pretty promising. I'm kind of curious if that action keeps up because that camera work was really astounding.
You'll notice, like when you get towards the end of Zyuohger, that there was an episode 46 was directed by the guy who did the first two episodes, who's like the main series director for Lupin and Pat, and he introduced that like POV type of sequence, which is really cool because like there's like a scene where like Yamato comes flying in and like you're like him, and like then you're Leo and you're like punching like the main bad dude, and then like you're the bad dude, and like you just getting your ass kicked by all the Rangers. It's super cool.
That's awesome.
So I'm glad to see him like, I don't know, get his own series that he can kind of run wild in. Zyuohger pun, but but yeah, I love Lupin and Pat. I think you guys know that already. Like you guys, I don't know if you're not familiar. I have like a new podcast that I just started where we're gonna do one a month, and we talk about every episode. Yeah, so little plug there. Anyway, of Lupin and Pat, if you guys didn't guess, this is Goody, Good Striker, which you probably don't know because you haven't seen episode 2 yet.
I saw the opening and I was just like, why is there a carrot puppet?
Yeah. It's the embodiment of all of the thrown out candy corn from the holiday season. No, good striker. He's great. He's sort of like, you've seen TokuNet, right? Like Ticket.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like that, where he is like the embodiment of the main part of their mecha. So like the 3 transform with him, and so like only one of them can be a gatai at a time. But then he's sort of like the persona inside of it, which is really cool because like with the thieves, he's got like his little hat on. With the Pata Rangers, he's got like a little police uniform on. We haven't seen much of that one yet, but yeah, it's fun. It's good fun. And I just want to make sure everybody in the chat knows, thank you for hanging out with us. If you go to the link at the top, I think we also have it in the description. You can ask us questions, and you can see your questions answered here on live Shuukan TokuNet. All right, moving on. Toei reveals the trailer for their Kamen Rider Build Blu-ray spinoff, Rogue. So this is a 3-part series that will follow otherwise untold events surrounding Gentoku Hiramu. The episodes are Night Rogue Rises, Dark Knight Falls, and finally the self-titled Kamen Rider Rogue. So each part of this Rogue series will be included with 3 Blu-ray releases for Kamen Rider Build. The first volume set to come out March 28th. So you're a Kamen Rider guy, right, Malunis?
Absolutely.
Awesome. What do you think of this? Like, do you like Rogue?
I have not. Just a little bit of transparency. I've still got 2 episodes to catch up on, so I haven't seen Kamen Rider Rogue in action. But Gentoku is kind of an interesting villain.
So this is a very recent announcement then of a new character that's going to have more backstory then.
Yeah, he's just now debuted in the show.
Oh, okay, cool. Dang. I do like that about Kamen Rider, is like almost anytime you jump back in or anytime you like go and watch like a chunk of episodes, there's always something new that's going on, which is really cool.
Yeah, especially in Build, it's like almost every episode has some sort of new thing to show off.
Damn.
Whether you want it to or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Kamen Rider will just keep showing you things. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I was looking up some of his designs and I watched the trailer, which we can't show any videos on here anymore. I'm sorry, everybody. It was super cool. It definitely made me want to like watch more Kamen Rider Build. So that's a plus. That's a start. Anyway, moving on. Oh, sorry, what?
And it's kind of interesting that all of these little chapters are kind of taking place before where the show is right now, because one of them takes place in the past, one is after a status quo change, and one of them is a little bit more recent.
Oh, okay.
So I'm curious what's because I always assume the fact that these are paired with the Blu-rays means that they're going to show something that we're not supposed to know about yet.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think here. What was the last one? I know XA did that a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing it since Drive, basically.
Okay, Drive. Yeah, that was the one I was trying to think of. Because they had a bunch of Chaser stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Chaser was like this one DVD that you got when you saw the Winter movie. The Blu-ray one is a little bit less interesting because it's just a little jokey side mission thing.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway.
I only watched that fairly recently. It's not that great.
No. Yeah, it's weird because like I have my own like media server at home, so like it can organize all the episodes really well, but all of these like spin-offs that I want to have and keep and watch, it just has no idea what to do with it. So I usually watch them once, then I get rid of them. So like I don't get the chance to rewatch them as much. So I think I remember seeing the Drive ones at least once, but I couldn't. If you held a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what happened in it. All right. Speaking of Blu-rays, we have the Ultraman Neos Blu-ray box was announced. This is a 3-disc set, which just released, actually. Contains all 12 episodes on 2 discs, while the 3rd disc includes the special features. So, Ultraman Neos. When did this one come out? I don't have that written down. Do you know off the top of your head?
It was sometime in the mid-2000s. I'm opening it up now.
Yeah. It looks like, definitely 2000. Yeah.
And it was brought to the U.S. in 2017 on Go 90.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think like I'm a really big Sentai guy. You're a really big Kamen Rider guy. I don't know. I don't watch too much Ultraman. Like I want to and I need to, but I don't know. I always have to kind of like dig to figure out like what watch order for Ultraman, and then it's hard to find like subs and stuff like that. So seeing stuff like this is really cool, meaning that like we'll potentially get more releases along the line to hopefully get those subbed and maybe even brought over here, kind of like what Shout Factory's doing for Sentai. And hopefully they'll pick up like Kamen Rider.
This probably won't be a bad thing to check out because it's like 12 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Those are my favorite types of like animes that are like 10 episodes long instead of the 25. It's
Or
just
50.
Yeah, or 50, and that's just season 1. Oh man. All right, and on the last thing that we're going to talk about for today, something else that you should probably buy or look into buying is a new S.H.Figuarts for Kamen Rider Cross Z Charge revealed. So this toy is Kamen Rider Cross Z Charge depicts his build's secondary rider in his current form. The figure comes with his alternative hands, 3 for the right wrist, 2 for the left, and the twin breaker. So this product is available for pre-order and is expected to ship in July. So that looks pretty slick. And again, like this story and Rogue, it's making me want to watch Kamen Rider, guys. So I feel like that's gonna happen. Oh yeah, I'm looking at chat here. I forgot there's a bunch of Ultraman that you guys can watch over at Crunchyroll. I always forget about that, so that's really cool. Let's see. On to the very last one for the episode. So this is the last one for the episode, and if you guys hated it, maybe the last one forever. But who was that Tokuman? Have you seen it yet, Malunis? Do you know who it is?
I'm more than a couple seconds behind.
Okay.
Video.
In the meantime, we can answer another question.
I recognize it.
Let's see. Let's answer 1 or 2 more questions here. Here's one for you, Malunis. What is Malunis's real name? And you don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
A secret.
A secret. Cool. I bet the doctor was like going through his papers and like, oh, love it. Here, I got another one for you too. What do you think of the Merry Christmas best match being canon, specifically Hokuto, best match in build now? And what you think of Gold Scorpion no longer being a Pandora box best match?
That's really weird, and I'd like to know, but I'm going to guess that that's one of those things that we're not meant to know.
Gotcha.
Do you know about that?
I don't know. I was reading this and I saw the word build, and I'm like, I would have no idea how to answer this. Can you enlighten me a little bit?
So, Tokusatsu Network doesn't do toy catalog leaks, obviously. But one of the things that was supposed to be coming out in February was a full bottle set for Gold and Scorpion. That was supposed to be a form that appears in the show. Instead, we got Rose and Helicopter. And according to CS Toys, the import shop, Bandai just decided, we're going to use this instead of this.
Why?
I don't know. All they really said was, like, we decided to make this change.
Does he
I guess they just had a different idea.
Yeah, it's fun. Like when you like I know like with Sentai toys, I watch the YouTube videos that are like 20 minutes long of like somebody hacking it and like trying to do like different combination presses on like the main part where you would insert the toy, like the Kyutama or whatever, and they get like all the sound effects out of them. And it's weird, like after you watch the entire show and you go back and watch some of those, sometimes they skip some sound effects. Like,
yeah, the Wizard Driver is like the best example of that, because half of the magic rings that are on the belt aren't even used.
I wonder like when that comes down the line where they're just like, Gold Scorpion, nah. Helicopter, let's do that. Oh man. So Pandora box best match. That's the set, right? That's the set of the
show kind of has this thing going on where they have to collect how many 60 full bottles to unlock Pandora's box.
Okay. Do you think that
for some reason it's been established now that Santa Claus and Cake are part of those 60 full bottles.
What? Where do they come up with these? I want a job coming up with these. Sounds fun.
Well, Santa Claus and Cake makes sense just from a promotional standpoint, because they make Christmas cake.
Is there going to be like a Halloween themed one? Is there going to be like a... Because they celebrate Halloween in Japan.
I've heard that it's not as big as it is in the US, but I don't know.
Interesting. Let's do one more question here. From My Life Vlog 2. When will we see American Kamen Rider adaptation? Well, we've technically already seen two. One of the did you know, or one of the Tokumans I was gonna do was actually gonna be Furbus, who is from the first Kamen Rider series, but I didn't want to offend anybody. So
Didn't want to lose any subscribers.
no, we got to be careful about that. Furbus is definitely on the wrong track to having that happen. But yeah, Saban picked it up actually in 94 or 5. He did.
Whenever Mighty Morphin was going on.
Yeah, I think it was like a year or two after that Mighty Morphin started, though.
Yeah, they at least had a crossover episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a mess. It was Kamen Rider like Black, which is like the coolest rider with like this really dorky, geeky everything.
Yeah. I always think of this one fight scene where they used this monster from the ZO movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a scene where you see Black RX run at the screen, then you see a shot of Zio running at the monster and getting smacked aside. It's really bad editing.
Just in case if anybody doesn't know, that's Furbus right there. You'll see it in a second. But they did two adaptations. They did Kamen Rider Black, which had already been old for a couple of years, but it was one of the last Kamen Riders before they went on their hiatus break. And then they did Kamen Rider Dragon Knight in like 2007 or 6.
It was when Decade was going on, I think.
Was it? Let me look it up.
2009 or something.
Oh man, I remember I was getting into Kamen Rider and I was super excited that they had 2008. It was December, so I'll give you 2009. It's close enough. I remember like looking in and I found this show and I was like, oh man, I want to watch the original before, and I couldn't find any subs for Ryuki, which was the one that they based it on, because it was so old at the time and nobody had quite done it. I think TV Nihon. We're not gonna get into that, but yeah, it was weird. It was on the WB. It didn't know what it wanted to be. It wasn't quite sure of the source material. It had a lot of cool fight scenes and it had a good cast and like a bunch of characters, obviously, because it's Ryuki, but it was hard to watch. I don't know.
I've seen it and Ryuki, and I like some ideas from Dragon Knight, but Ryuki has the best characters.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so there's been two. I really, if I had a bunch of money and a production budget, I would make a movie for Kamen Rider. I wouldn't do a TV series. I don't think it would work as well as over here. I would do a movie. I would definitely do like one big movie that could possibly be turned into a trilogy, and I would focus it on the first rider. Maybe like the first rider's son or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this. You guys probably already guessed this. This was a pretty easy one. It's my favorite character in all of Tokusatsu. It's Momotaros. He's such a good looking guy. I love Momotaros. I have like at my desk like 4 different Momotaros figures. Everyone like that comes over is like, what the heck? It's weird. Yeah. And if you guys don't know, I work for Funhouse now, and they're super cool. I'm really proud of myself this episode because we went out last night and I'm kind of nursing a little bit of a hangover. So I'm so glad that everybody was able to come and hang out and join us. Do you have any last thoughts on any of the stuff we covered, or anything else you want to throw out there?
I think I did pretty well, since this is the first time I've done any sort of podcast or even a live thing.
Yeah. This is your very first live, like anything?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Because you usually do like your blogs. You usually do just writing. I think someone at the beginning of the show even said like, so that's what you sound like, which is pretty cool. But would you do this again? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to host it though, because there would be a lot more technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm trying to work that out so that hopefully when you guys come to join, it's not always going to be me hosting. Maybe it'll be like Nicole or somebody else who wants to on the team, or somebody else that reaches out to us. We'll definitely start branching out our guests to people outside of the TokuNet as well. But we just kind of wanted to keep it a little like a little family for right now, and then we'll start branching out for other people. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna work my butt off so that anybody can host this, and it's gonna be way easier and way more relaxed for them, so that
Nice.
they're not trying to like figure out and do like 40 different things like I am every time. Um, yeah. So I don't know, I don't have anything else to say. I'm still really sad about Riki and Geki Purple, Geki Violet. My bad. But yeah. Anything you wanna sign off with?
Not really.
Cool. Well, hey guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We will see you again, same place, same time, Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because that's where I am. And it's right before superhero time, so it's a good time. You can come hang out. You can get brushed up on all the new news and go and watch some new Sentai and Kamen Rider or whatever else pleases you. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. We will see you next week. Bye.
Later.